Hello everybody, how is it going? So, today, more 3v3, final round. Quickly, the teams, Sakazuki, Purple Luffy, Red Purple Luffy versus Purple Luffy, Sakazuki, and Katakuri. I don't know how much time I have left there, but that is the teams. This is the same team from round 1, the one with the Red Purple Luffy, and that is what we're going to end up seeing here. So, here is the Red Purple Luffy's hand. He's got the Frenosuke, a Queen, 9-drop Newgate, 7-drop Kid, and the 4-drop Basil Hawkins. This seems like a pretty good start, I would say. Has 2 of the top end pieces he wants to see. Has a ramp card early, and that is always good. It's pretty much what this deck always wants to see. And taking a look at the Katakuri's hand, hopefully. Soonish. There we go. He's got a Brûlée, a Promo Zoro, a Perospero, a Sanji, and a 10-drop Mom. I'll be curious to see if he is able to play the 10-drop Mom this game, because how the Red Purple Luffy played it in round 1 is pretty much just kind of take most of your life very early and force the game into a race for who can get game first. So I assume he's going to play it pretty similarly here, which is fair. The deck can be very defensive, the Red Purple Luffy, because a lot of the time your leader is going to be above 6k, it's going to be 7k, and that makes it easier to defend your leader when you're on no life. So obviously Purple having access to very strong blockers as well, with the 5-drop Kid and the 5-drop Queen. So I think the strategy is definitely a good one, but we'll hopefully be hopping into the game somewhat soon. Here we go. Looks like Katakuri is forced to go first, just passes. Red Purple Luffy will probably just do the same. Yep, just passing it back and forth. I'm interested to see if Katakuri will take this turn to play the Perospero, or if he is just going to swing big at life. And he does just, swing big at life. We get to see, I think that was Veggie? I'm pretty sure. It was that or 8-drop Katakuri. And Red Purple Luffy will take that life. Sees another Queen. That is always good. Has counter. And is also, a blocker you can play late game, which is always nice. Just taking a swing at life. Katakuri does not get a trigger, gets a Veggie. Well, he did get a trigger, but not one he wanted to use. Red Purple Luffy just playing the Hawkins, ramping one. So that means next turn he can play the 7-drop Kid. So he is set up pretty much. His next turn will just be 7-drop Kid. Then it'll be 9-drop Newgate. And then probably just like blockers after. That seems like the move for Red Purple Luffy. But Cat taking a 9k swing or 10k swing at life. Luffy is probably just going to take this. Does not get a trigger. It is a Radical Beam though, which once again will be very good late game for that defense he's going to need. Playing down the Pudding, finding probably either the 2k counter or like a Sanji blocker. I don't think you're going to add Brûlée off this. Okay, looks like he's taking the 2k, which is fair. I think he already has a Sanji in hand, so don't need more of them. We've kind of dedicated these first couple turns to just swinging big at Luffy, which, I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's fair. Luffy picking up another Queen off the draw is on 7 Dawn. We'll tap those 7 Dawn, play down that Kid, give his leader +1, and then attack for 7. I imagine Katakuri will take this. Maybe not. He'll probably defend. He doesn't. I don't think. No, he does know what's on top, so maybe he's going to try to save whatever that trigger is. I kind of missed it, so that's my fault. Passing it back to Katakuri. He'll be on 7 Dawn now. Picks up. Looks like, another Zoro for turn. So, I mean, nothing really great to do this turn, quite honestly. You didn't see the 7-drop Mom, which I'm sure would have been very, very good in this spot. Either forcing Luffy to trash that last life, or just him gaining a life. Either of them are very strong in that spot. But going at 4 Dawn on lead, attacking for 10 once again at Luffy. 10 into 7, a bit easier to guard than 10 into 6, but Luffy's just going to take it regardless, it looks like. Oh no, he's actually showing his life, that's my bad. He could defend this, but I imagine he's just going to drop to 0. Just kind of, I guess, calculating how much counter he has in hand. He's probably checking to see if after playing this 9-drop newgate, can he actually combo out of just all Dawn on leader. So probably does that math real quick, realizes, yep, he can survive if they just all in, and takes that life. Going up to 8 Dawn's gonna ramp 1 with leader, go up to 9 Dawn, and then tap those 9 Dawn for that Edward newgate. Gonna boost up the leader to 8, and then Kid will boost the leader up to 9. Crazy. Also swinging 8 at life, obviously. Katakuri, I'm trying to see how many 2Ks they have. Looks like they have a Beji, and I think that's it right now. So they're probably going to take this 8K, potentially taking the next hit as well. Like there's no way you drop like 4 cards, right, to get out of this. Or would it be? It would be more than that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it'd be 4 cards if you wanted to. I don't think you really want to counter that, because then I don't know, I guess Luffy doesn't go super wide, so you don't really get punished by the small attacks. But to be fair, no attack that's coming at you is going to be very small at this point in the game. And Luffy going 9 at life, take that one as well. No triggers off either, which I mean is a little bit rough. I think he found the 7-drop mom, which was a turn too late, but you're going to have to deal with it. His hand's a bit off to the right, so it's kind of hard for me to see what's in his hand. Looks like he grabbed a pudding off the top deck. Is at 9 Dom right now. Probably just gonna put them all on leader and just attack. I think, yeah, he does have that Beji last life, so he does kind of guarantee live next turn. So he can just all in this turn if he wants to, and then maybe try to wall up. I don't know how well that's gonna work out though. But I don't know what other plays he really has. He can't really contest the board. The best, I guess, is just, yeah, go at life. And maybe he just doesn't have it. So, yep, goes 9 down on leader. Looks at his life. It's a Gidatsu. It'll probably just stay there. So he is swinging 15 at life into 9K. So he needs how much to get out? 15 into 9. He needs 7K worth of counter. That is definitely doable. Doesn't have access to that radical beam, which would make it super easy, but that's okay. We can get all of our defenses up next turn after we just drop a bunch to counter out of this attack. I think he only has like 1 2K right now, but he has like a Gum Gum Rain, has a bunch of 1Ks, so he definitely gets out of this. I guess just trying to figure out what cards he wants to get rid of in this spot. Definitely wants to hold some amount of queens, because that does sound like the best play next turn. I think just asking how many cards are in hand for Katakuri. Quite a bunch, but not a lot of them have much counter. So, obviously, Luffy would not know that, but yeah. Dropping the Gum Gum Rain, discarding the Kid, so he's +3 right now. Still needs 4 more. So now he only needs 2 more. So probably like one of the queens and maybe the blocker law. Because he has 2. Oh wait, no, he only has 1 blocker law, but still has 2 more queens in hand. So yeah, he can get very, very safe next turn. If he wants to play both queens, he'll get the ramp 1 using his leader to keep like 1 Dawn active for the radical beam. So he's in a very safe spot next turn. So yep, going back up to 10 Dawn. Probably just gonna set up those queens, filter out the hand a bit, and just swing kind of baseline here, which is a very big baseline, honestly. So yeah, definitely a rough spot for Katakuri. This red-purple Luffy deck seems really, really good. At least maybe into this matchup. I'm not sure either that or the player's very good. Either one. But this deck does seem solid. I'm a little bit sad that we're not going to have it at full power in the TCG, because obviously Edward Newgate is limited at 1, and that seems like a very imperative piece of this deck. And yeah, I mean, it'd be like that though. What are you going to do? I don't know how many radical beams he runs, but I imagine probably more than 1. It's not like law. So that definitely also would hurt the deck, because Radical Beam is a very, very good card. Yeah, plays down a queen. Sees a Gum Gum Rain and a Nami. I'm also curious, like, what other Straw Hats he plays. Like, we see the Diablo Jambe in hand. We see Radical Beam. What else can he add off that? I'm trying to think what's in his graveyard. I imagine you play 10 drop, like the Gear 5 10 drop. That card's really cool. I hope you'd play it, just because like both this leader and the and Purple Luffy work pretty well with 10 drops effect. So I'd imagine he plays that. I also imagine he plays like Zoro Juro, so that's another target for Nami. But I guess looking a bit back into what he's doing, he plays the Queen, minuses a Dawn, gets that effect, uses leader to re-ramp that Dawn. Now he's going to swing with Kid, minusing a Dawn to boost his leader to 7k. Katakuri probably... I mean, he doesn't have to counter this because he knows he has a Veggie last life. So this turn, like, he is alive. But, I mean, like, next turn, what can he even do? Because he needs at least one Thunderbolt to deal with the Queen. And, like, that's just not going to work out because he's not going to have life, right? Yeah, picks up the Gidatsu that he knew was there off life. Probably going to have to eat whatever this next hit is. Goes 7 with Luffy. He could counter out of this, but if he knows it's Veggie last life, there's no reason to counter out of that. Because you're not going to counter... I don't think he has enough to counter out at 10k, so... Yeah, just taking that life and stopping the Newgate was probably the best line there. Plays down the second Queen, so he is, yep. Luffy's very, very safe. Grabs, looks like... I can't quite see. I think grabs another 7-drop Kid off that, and like a Basil. Wait, no, that's a Zoro Juro. Grabs a Zoro Juro and a Basil off of the Queen. They're both 1Ks, yep, just discard one of them. Doesn't make a huge difference. And he'll pass it back to Katakuri, who is left in a very rough spot of it's like... Your only play really is just play 10-drop Mom, right? Because like you can't just full commit on leader because they have 2 blockers. You don't have the answers to the 2 blockers. You can't... I mean, like, you could try to wall up, but I feel like you just kind of delay the inevitable, and I don't even think by playing the blockers from your hand it really even saves you. I can't see... I think he only has 1 Sanji as well. So like that'd be the only meaningful blocker, right? Because Brûlé would just get popped by Newgate, and it wouldn't do anything. So I think it is just like 10-drop Mom, and hope your trigger is crazy, and maybe somehow cheese out living another turn. We'll have to see though. The one thing about 10-drop Momming here is that you remove absolutely no defense from the Luffy. So, like, even next turn, he's still going to have both Queens. He's still going to have that Radical Beam active. It's just a really tough spot. This game is pretty much just secured by Red Purple Luffy. Just taking his time, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's a bad spot. It's a bad spot. There really is no good answer. It's definitely just like he's just thinking about, do I 10-drop Mom or do I like play a blocker and maybe another body and try to just swing twice. But you're swinging into a 7k leader, which is, 3 Dawn minimum to just poke hit Luffy with like a 1 on leader, 2 on Perospero. So I don't know how really good that is. He keeps grabbing 10 Dawn. I think it's the only answer, just 10-drop Mom and pray. I think it's like your best option. Not that it's a good one, but yeah, plays the Mom and passes. And this is definitely just looking like game for Red Purple Luffy. Grabs a Gum Gum Rain off the top deck. That's cool. And I imagine we're just gonna start swinging. There's no real good plays outside of just swinging for Luffy, obviously. This would just be the turn to go for game. Can swing with the Queens, obviously. He's actually gonna play down the Nami. I wonder what he's looking for. That's kind of curious. Looks at top 5. We can't see what he's looking at. A bit unfortunate. But adds the 10-drop Luffy. So he does play it. That's cool. I think that card's awesome. And if he wants to, he can actually play it this turn by swinging with Kid. And yeah, he can put back that Dawn. and then re-ramp with leader, which is kind of funny. I don't think he needs to do that. I think it's just commit an amount of Dawn to all your characters and you're fine. But it'd be cool if he played it for fun. Yeah, just swing with everything, play 10 drop, why not? So this is an 8k coming at Katakuri. Still looks like he hasn't gotten many 2ks. Still has the Beji. He doesn't know his last life because he just healed. I mean, like, you have to, I mean, this just like, you just eat this and hope it's a veggie and you stop the newgate, but then like you can't counter out of the rest of the Dawn on leader Luffy. And then like 2 more queen swings. So he actually does have 2 2Ks. That was the alt art of Sanji, I think, so I didn't realize. So gets out of that. It's probably just gonna get like poked by newgate. Just kind of get that life, and then you can just commit the rest of your Dawn on your leader. Or like poke at him twice with queen, and then swing a bunch on leader. Nope, actually just goes 8 with Luffy. Says, you got another 2 more 2Ks. And I don't think he does. It looks like a handful of 1Ks and non-counters, which, I mean, it definitely is like that sometimes. So he's going to take that. Doesn't get a trigger. I can't quite see what that card is, but I don't think it really matters because we just put the rest of the Dawn on our newgate and just go for game. So yep, saves 1 Dawn for the Radical Beam. I respect that. And pops the pudding, but that is the game. Red Purple Luffy taking it. Deck seems really cool. Once again, a bit unfortunate we won't have it at full power, but that's alright. We'll have some copium lists, which might end up still pretty good, because I mean 6k leaders are very, very strong, and being able to boost that leader further with like 7 drop kid is also very strong. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.